Hi, and welcome back to another video in the AI Shorts video series. We're talking about artificial intelligence, the many ways in which it's impacting us here in education, particularly in terms of the technology that we're using, for better or for worse, to deliver the kind of world-class education we want to deliver to our students. Today, I want to take you through a program called Runway. And Runway is something I discovered and currently signed up for. It's not free, but it has a whole host of tools that you can use to generate different AI things, ranging from images to video editing to background removal and so forth. And my idea is just to show you what it looks like, show you what they call the magic tools, how you could use it, and then if you want to, you could delve in more carefully. They do have a free trial available, and you could also consider maybe using that and even signing up for it if it's something that might help you in your faculty work here at the college. So let's take a look now here at how it works. Okay, so I wanted to show you a little bit about Runway. Now, Runway is not a free program. It's actually something that you have to pay for. And Runway does a heck of a lot of stuff in terms of AI. Again, if you want to use this for any practical, in any practical senses, you generally will need to pay for a plan. So this may be cost prohibitive, but I found it so useful in a lot of arenas of my graphic work that I can't live without it. So there are quite a few tools you can use here. There's everything from a video composition tool to green screen, what's called in-painting and motion tracking. And these involve various ways of transforming video, taking out backgrounds, following a subject through motion tracking over time. What I think is really cool and what attracted me to Runway is the AI magic tools. There's a slew of these here, sorry about that, and they all have different uses and purposes, and you can see, and they seem to get added from time to time. So you can do things like alpha mats, you can upscale an image, which is kind of interesting. So we can try one of these out here. And actually, this is an image of me, and it's not a super high quality. So what AI can do is take your image, and through its technology, and let's just try it here, it can make it look better. And I find it absolutely amazing that it can do this. And probably, let's see, if we download it, we can see here the difference between the two maybe. So it's 761K. And I think if we zoom in here, I'm curious to see how it improved the, yes, some of this looks almost a little bit like it's painted on. It's hard for me to tell, but you know, like the jeans in the bag here. So I think that's the AI technology. My shirt here looks fairly normal. Yeah, so this is definitely, it's improved my previous image, which wasn't great when you zoomed in. So that is like super cool. And so I would say invaluable, because it allows you to just take something maybe that you had from years back, like an old camera, and you can just upscale the resolution of it. There's so many of these, it's quite amazing. The expand image is pretty darn unique. What this one does is, I'm trying to think if it's infinite image, context aware, text to image. Oh, this is, no, this is, I'm just trying to remember the one I want. I think it's this one, infinite image. So the idea of it is, let me just pull in an image here from my assets. So it uses whatever you upload, either video or audio, and it calls these assets. So I haven't tried this one. Let's just type in a stray cat and see, because I think the idea here is what it's going to do is somewhere on the ground here, maybe it'll produce a stray cat. This in the selection area, I think that's how it does it, but let me just try it. We'll see what this looks like. This stuff is so much fun. That's pretty darn amazing. So yeah, it made the stray cat. And what's cool about, they call this infinite image, wherever you have your cursor or this box, what it does is, and no, I can't seem to, oh, I think I have to select it here. Now, one thing I think that's interesting here, you see 124 generations left. So a generation has so many credits and you have 620 credits. So one of the things that gets very tricky with doing AI is it often costs you money. This is the kind of thing that it's so amazing at the back end, what it's doing behind the scenes, kind of in the black box, that it's never going to be free kind of thing. But look at what it does. It recognizes the depth of objects It's taking, this is actually the Opera House in Oslo where I was ages ago, and it's getting this sidewalk, this texture, the angles of it, the color exactly correct. Again, the image cut off here. And then what it'll do is it'll continue to add to this. I've done weird things before, like type in, add, I want to do more of these. Oh, I have to hit accept. Now this is kind of cool. I can go through the various versions. Whoa, that's a scrawny looking cat. Not going to do that one. That one's pretty cool. And then that one, I'm going to accept that one. Okay, hit accept. And then the cat is there. Now, that's why it wasn't letting me do it. I can take this, and let's try something funky up here. A flying robot dog that shoots out lightning bolts. I have no idea. You can literally do anything here. And let's try that out. Again, with the infinite image technology, it'll take this frame here and it'll add to it. And okay, that is pretty freaky looking. Let's see. We'll go to the next one here. That's like a interesting one. That one is cool. I think I'm going to take number 3, accept. And then what I could do is I could zoom out, and then as I start to compose this, again, I can move my canvas around. I could zoom back in and get a sense of, exactly what I'm working with here. A very bright but bleached out sun. I think that's how you spell it. Yeah. Let's try that. And that's going to put it in that quadrant there. I should look at my generations here. I'm going to run out of images. So it didn't really in that one do, okay, that one's a little better. It's interesting where it puts the sun. But that's pretty cool. Like this one, number 2, looks a little better with the sun, but I love how it did the clouds on that one. That is super slick. So again, I could zoom out and you see that with these just short little steps, I've taken this image of me, which was right here originally, that little square in front of the Opera House in Oslo, and I've added all these crazy dimensions to it. And the seamlessness of it is absolutely phenomenal. The fact that it gets the clouds right, it gets just about everything right. Occasionally I've seen some really weird things that it generates, but again, this is something that is possible with a lot of this AI technology. So I'm going to get out of that screen and just show you a little bit more with Runway. Again, if you want to work with Runway, you will have to pay to sign up, but it does some amazing stuff. It will take remix parts of images. Like if you don't want the soccer ball to show up in this image, it'll take it out. You can expand images. You can do backdrop remixes. The color grading one, what we call a LUT or a lookup table, is pretty interesting. So if you have a favorite movie like Pulp Fiction, what you could do is click on this and you would upload your video to it. And once you do that, these are just some of my driving videos. And this, I have to tell you, is super duper slick. This is just the beginning of it. But what I could do is, once I find my video's here, I could type in, please use, or I could just type in the film 2001. I don't know what the color, I can't recall what the color grading is like, but I do that. And it's going to know then, based on the film, it could be a TV show. You could put in The Mandalorian, the Star Wars series. You could put in literally about any type of film or visual cue. It's going to figure it out. So these color grades are what you normally would do, what high-end people in the film industry do. They do color grading, and it's a maddening process. So what you can see here is it kind of created a more bleached out look. I would say it's got, some blue, teal, oranges in it, which is kind of I guess a popular look. But I actually kind of like this. So what I could do is I could either export this, or if I go over here, I can download the LUT file, the CUBE, and then I go into any of my image editing programs like Final Cut Pro, and then I can just put that in my color grading, and it does it automatically for me. I save that one because that one is actually looks pretty good. I like the look of that. So that's another thing you could do with video. Again, you have various assets that you upload, and then you can work with those assets. This is something that is pretty cool. It's called frame interpolation. And frame interpolation takes images, and by the way, these all happen to be AI images that I generated. You can check out my other videos on AI image generation. But what it does through AI is it takes image 1 and blurs it in image 2. And this is remarkable. So it figures out what is going on in terms of the color and composition of each of the images, and then it starts to fade through them, and you can control the speed of it. And this is really phenomenal. I have nothing in my video editing suites that allow me to do this. So it's super invaluable for me making class videos or videos for all of you and so forth. So it's pretty darn amazing. So if you're interested in Runway, what I recommend is you take a look at all the tools here, including the magic tools. One of the things that I'll show in my video that I'm going to be doing on, sorry, my brain's a little, again, I'm blaming the snow here, but my video on AI images is to take you through all these various sites. But there's a couple cool ones. Maybe I'll show you two. One is image to image. So I could take this image here of myself, and what I believe I can do on this is say, please transform and make it like I am standing in front of the Las Vegas Strip. I don't know if it'll do it. Strength is going to be the strength of my prompt, and I could choose the resolution of my output and so forth. And you can even train your own models. Totally amazing. Again, what you can do here. Let's see what it looks like. In this case, I chose only one output, but we'll see if it gets it right on the first try. And wow, okay, that's kind of freaky. I don't know if that looks like the Las Vegas Strip, and it sure did a number on my face. You know, check that out. It made my face quite crazy and deformed. Some of the AI technology, by the way, people have criticized it. It's not very good at faces, even like totally unique AI faces that are not based on an image. So you can be the judge of some of this. Again, if you wanted to transform an image and use that as part of your teaching in some way, this is definitely a great tool to use. That will be it today here, talking about this tool called Runway, a tool that I found to be particularly useful in terms of some of the work that I do with multimedia. If it's useful for you as well, you might just take a look at it. Again, there's a free demo you can download. If you like it, you could pay for it. I don't think it's that expensive really in the ultimate scheme of things. I appreciate you listening to these videos, and I'll be back with more videos in the AI Shorts video series.